Homelessness in Arizona continues to be an increasing concern, with cities and towns looking for ways to address the issue. St. Vincent de Paul is looking to help. The nonprofit, which runs almost entirely on volunteers, has increased its output of meals to 7,000 per day to meet growing needs. And joining us now is Shannon Clancy. She's St. Vincent de Paul's Rob and Melanie Walton Endowed CEO. Good to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a busy time of year, I would imagine, huh?
It is a very full time of year at St. Vincent de Paul, for sure.
How does it change? What's going on over there?
Well, I think we're busy 365 days a year, but this is the time during the holiday season where our community really thinks about us and thinks about the people that we serve, when we're grateful, and we want to give back. And so it becomes even more busy in the next several weeks.
I want to get to these transitional housing shelters, because that's a big deal. First of all, you got two of them here. What's going on with this?
Well, in August, we opened two new residences. The first, DePaul Manor, is for 100 folks, 50 and older, and those who are facing disabilities. And so they stay with us and get wraparound services and really help move into permanent housing. And the second one is Rosalie's Place, and that's really a residence specifically for people who have a job or who are seeking to get a job. Again, giving people the chance to get back on their feet and into permanent housing. And I think in our community right now, we see homelessness has increased. So I would say that in our community, we have so much collaboration and so many public-private partnerships working to support people that we're doing a better job than, or at least having more success than some of the other cities, but we still have more work to do. And that's why we wanted to have these residents. They work, they help people get back into permanent housing.
How long can a resident stay in these shelters?
So our average stay is about 8 to 9 months, but I would tell you we've been operating our first one in Ozuna Manor for over 35 years, and the average stay for much of that time was 5 to 6 months.
Wow.
It's increased because our housing prices have increased, and that's really what's made such an impact on homelessness in our community, and it does impact our ability to rehouse people. But if we can get them back into a place they can afford, then it sticks. They really can maintain that housing and they won't be back on our streets.
I was going to ask what the success rate is for those folks.
Right, for that transitional housing, 95+% of people, when they enter housing, are still there a year later. So it works. It's just a matter of giving people the support they need and a place that they can afford to live, and people can be rehoused and go on to live their lives.
And again, important for people to want that for themselves too. They got to take that step.
It is, but I think in the work that we've done collaboratively with government and with nonprofits throughout the community, the vast majority of people, when you offer an opportunity to come inside, will say yes. We certainly have people who have a lot of different issues that they're facing. And so really what we would say at St. Vincent de Paul is we need more places for people to come inside, and we need to do a better job as a community in preventing homelessness by really getting ahead of it and keeping people in their homes in the first place. That's really the very best way to attack homelessness, is to prevent it from happening at all.
Once in the shelters, though, workforce development, other kinds of training going on there?
Yeah, so especially in Rosalie's Place, it's an entire residence that is devoted to people who have a job or who are working on getting one. And our hope is that we can reduce that time that they spend there, because they have a job, they have that income, and they'll be able to get back into housing, and we'll be able to serve more folks there.
And which one has the companion animal clinic?
The building that houses DePaul Manor also has a companion animal clinic, and what that is really a partnership with the community, the veterinary community. What we learned is that a lot of folks won't come inside when they can't bring their animals. That's their family, and so if we can reach out and provide that care to people and their animal companions, then they will be able to do well together. And many people will surrender animals because they can't afford them. So really, this is just looking at holistic support for people, their animals, in order to help them live the lives they were meant to live, help them get back on their feet and move forward.
That is a great idea. Last question here. Obviously, it's Thanksgiving. It's a thankful time. Are you optimistic? It seems like this problem is just getting worse. Are you optimistic?
I am. I am optimistic because we see things that work every day. We see the community coming together, especially at this time of year. We have a kind and generous and loving and compassionate community. We couldn't do the work we do without it. And so this is the time of year where we all feel grateful for the blessings that we have, and there's an opportunity to reach out. So I would say the very best way to feel hopeful about what goes on in the community is to come to St. Vincent de Paul. We see the very best in people every day, and so we encourage people, join us as a volunteer, do a drive for food with your family or your colleagues, or make a monetary donation and help people move forward in their lives. And that comes back to help you and helps you feel so hopeful.
Okay, we got to stop you right there. I could let you go on forever with that. Thank you so much for joining. Shannon Clancy, again, St. Vincent de Paul CEO. Thank you so much.
Thank you.